Hey guys, it's Cheryl with Magical Melody, and I am here with the long-awaited pre-op to post-oppers tag. I was tagged by VSG Brit Brat, and I'm not pre-op, but I'm newly post-op, so I still fit within the category that she made for this tag, because I am about 1 week away from being 2 months post-op. So I don't have a whole lot, but it's going to take me a while to explain all this because I'm going to go into detail. And I have 3, maybe 4 top things that I want to discuss in this video. And the first thing is, I see a lot of post-oppers talking about their vitamins and how they are taking their vitamins. And this also brings me to another thing that I see a lot happening. Well, I see it happen to a lot of people, is hair loss. But hair loss is partly due to how you're taking your vitamins and your supplements. So I'm going to go over that first. I almost feel like I'm preaching here because from what I understand by talking to a lot of post-op people, that this is your nutrition guide. And I like reread and read this thing over and over again just to make sure I know where I'm at. But some people don't get these. So that's kind of a bad thing. But, you know, if you didn't get one and you're a little bit lost on what you should be doing, maybe this information can be helpful for you. Okay, vitamins. First off, your vitamins have to be taken throughout the day, within at least 2 hours apart. And they give you a schedule. I'm going to try to put it into focus here. They give you a schedule of when you are supposed to take your vitamins. And it explains in here throughout this whole page, and I think the page before, some vitamins cannot be taken together. Some vitamins have to be taken separately, or there are some vitamins that you can take together, but then there's some you can't, because like you can't take calcium and your multivitamin together. Just a minute. Okay, sorry, I got interrupted. My daughter came in and wanted to say goodnight. Anyway, what I was saying is, like, your calcium and your multivitamin cannot be taken together. And just to give you a whole rundown on the vitamins. I showed these before on my videos, but I'm going to show them again because people that are new might not have seen any of my other videos, or whatnot, might benefit from this. So here are the multivitamins that I take. They are sold on Amazon. They're berry melts, and it says a 1-a-day vitamin. It says it's a 1-a-day vitamin, but you'll notice in your nutrition guide that it says you take 2 multivitamins a day. Like you take one like in the morning, and then you take one later in the day. And you can take your multivitamin with vitamin B12. So the way that I take them is when I get up in the morning, I take the multivitamin. Then about 2 hours later, I take a calcium and a biotin. Then a little bit later, at least 2 hours later, I take another multivitamin and B12 together. And then later in the evening, like before I go to bed or after dinner, I take another calcium and another biotin. You are supposed to get around 10,000 micrograms of biotin a day. And I'm not making this up. I will post links in the description on YouTube videos where I got this information as well, so that you can watch it and so that it can help you. You cannot just take all your vitamins in the morning. Your body cannot absorb your vitamins that way. You have to take them throughout the day. So that could be part of your hair loss. Also, your iron. If you notice, if you're like 6 months post-op and you're still losing globs and globs of hair, you might get your iron levels checked, because your iron levels are low. That can cause it. Also, your protein. Make sure that you're getting 60 to 80 grams of protein a day. And that's not hard to do. That is not hard to do. And as a matter of fact, I will show you in this video how I get, and I'm newly post-op, how I get like 90 and 100 grams of protein a day. And these are your goals for post-op. And it gives you a list, a running list down there at the bottom. I hope you can read it, on what your goals should be for post-op. It tells you how many calories that you should get. It gives you like a chart. It's like 0 to 6 months, and then 6 months to a year and on. And it shows you how many calories a day you should get, how many carbohydrates you should get, and what your protein should be. It says 60 to 80, but I go for the higher numbers. I try to hit 90. I try to hit above that, just because I said in another one of my videos, my body is one of these types that really needs a lot of protein. So, and then it gives you suggestions. Let me see what page. I'm sorry, guys. It gives you suggestions on what you can eat. And throughout this whole menu plan, like, you don't have to follow everything, but it gives you suggestions on what you can eat throughout the day and how much you should have each time. Like, it says 1/4 of a cup. That's like for your puree stage. And then there's another meal plan later on. It gives you another one here, and everything like that. So the reason I brought that up mainly is because you have to make sure that you're getting all your protein and all your vitamins, or your hair, you're going to lose a lot of hair. And what I'm saying may not even totally apply to me. I might say this and I might totally still lose almost all my hair and everything. So I'm not perfect, but I'm just telling you my opinion, what I think might be going on with. First off, I see a lot of post-oppers taking their vitamins wrong, and I see a lot of people that are 6 months and more out still losing tons of hair. So I brought that up. Okay, so moving on to the next thing, and I'm gonna stop this and start another segment of the video because I've got a bunch of stuff I want to show you. Okay, so about the protein, this is just a quick thing to show you what I use. This isn't all that I use, it's some of it. This is the protein powder. This has 25 grams of protein, 160 calories, and 2 grams of carbs. This is Gene Pro, and for 1 tablespoon of this stuff, and they give you a tablespoon scoop in here, you are getting 30 grams of protein. And I swear by this stuff. I add it to my drinks. I add it to food to bump up the protein. I add it to my protein powder shakes to bump up the protein. So I turn this 25 gram protein shake into 55 grams by adding this. And then I drink a lot of this stuff. Powerade is just really delicious. This is Powerade Zero. It's just really yummy, and I put it in there. I add this stuff to food. I just add it to everything. And the reason I suggest it to everybody is because you can put it in anything. It literally has no taste. It's not a lot of powder, so you're not going to know that you're getting powder. You know, and stuff like that. Also, eat more fish and shrimp, because out of one serving of shrimp you can get 20 grams of protein. Tuna, fish, salmon, all that stuff, like fish, like tilapia, or like tuna's a fish too, catfish, any of that stuff. Seafood, I feel like, has a lot more protein than just like chicken or beef or stuff like that. This is from bariatricpantry.com, and this is the Click protein coffee that they have. These are 15 grams of protein for each one, and they're caffeine free. They give you energy the natural ways. They say there's no caffeine in it. They're pretty good. And so sometimes I drink these. And I think probably out of all these, I would say the caramel was my favorite so far. So there's that. Okay, for your hair. These are some products that I wanted to show you. And I also wanted to tell you, and make sure that you're only washing your hair 1 to 2 times a week. I found this out before I had surgery, several months before I had surgery, because I got in with a new hairdresser recently, about 9 months ago, and I was asking her why my hair is always dry on the ends and whatnot, and she also, you know, colors my hair. She does my chemical treatments. And so I asked her, and she said, how often are you washing your hair? And of course I said, well, every day. And she said, well, see, that's why, because you're not getting enough moisture. And first time she colored my hair, like all my hair color washed out. And she said, well, what are you washing your hair with? And I was like, well, just regular, you know, shampoo and conditioner. She said, make sure it is sulfate free and paraben free. So that also, I feel like, would help with hair loss. To make sure that you're using sulfate free and paraben free shampoo and conditioner. So what I have here in the back is the shampoo and conditioner. It's by One and Only, and it is free of all that stuff. It's completely safe for your hair, as well as the conditioner. And I also use this. This is like a violet shampoo or whatnot, because my hair is kind of like that purplish color and everything. And then all these are, let's see, all these are oils for the hair. This one is for dry scalp, and I usually put this one on after I wash my hair, just on days that I wash my hair. This one is a good oil just for, you know, daily moisture or for a detangler, because you don't want to use anything that has alcohol in it in your hair and everything like that, especially if you're post-op. And my hairdresser told me, she said, you know, all that stuff that you're doing to help your hair is really going to help you with your hair loss. You're not going to lose as much. Also, ask your hairdresser about Olaplex. This is Olaplex Step 3, And Olaplex is a hair strengthening compound, and there are 3 steps to it. Step 1 and 2 happens in the salon. The third step you take home and you do it once a week. It's a pre-wash. You put it in your hair before you wash it, and you let it set for 10 minutes. It is, it has keratin and protein in it, and so it's really, really good for your hair. And then also another thing is your oil sheen. The reason why the oil sheen is because in between washes, you're going to use dry shampoo. And you can use any brand of dry shampoo. I'm just showing you what I use because of the hair color treatments that I get. Plus also, I don't want to be putting stuff in my hair, especially after I, had surgery and stuff like that, so that I can maybe lessen the chances of losing hair. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I may still lose all my hair. Who knows? But I'm just showing this could be helpful for someone. And then this is hairspray, which is also, it's alcohol free. So, like any heat protectors or any of that stuff that you use in your hair needs to be alcohol free. This is a good oil that I use for detangling. It's by Paul Mitchell. It's super skinny. This one is kind of old. I need to get a new one, but it works really good for you if you're looking for something to help you be able to brush your hair easier. This is a good conditioning mask, and it has the Moroccan oil in it. I wanted to point out that all this stuff is argan oil products, which is very, very good for your hair. And then I'll link below. There is some pre-wash, protein pre-wash that you can get at Sephora. That could also be helpful because your hair has to have a lot of protein. And so the more nutrients you give your hair and the more you take your supplements like you're supposed to, the less of a chance you're going to have of having your hair fall out. Or if it does fall out, you're not going to lose as much hair. Also, the last thing that I wanted to point out is I watch a lot of the videos from the post-opers that are a lot further out, like more than a year. And I've also watched a few people who are about 6 or 8 months out that in a lot of their videos they keep on saying, well, I fell off the wagon. I mean, I'm not following the program like I should, blah, blah, blah. I gained weight. And everything like that, and I can't control my eating. In one of my other like newer videos, I said that the same psychologist that did my psych eval said he wants to see me in 3 months. I am going to go see him because food addiction is kind of the same thing as drug addiction. It's really hard to stay away from that. Some drug addicts, get clean and they stay clean for months, sometimes years, and then all of a sudden they go back to it. They start having problems and then they need help again. This is the same thing. Eating disorder. For me, I have binge eating disorder. And I had a really big binge eating problem. And so the way that I deal with that is I measure my food. I have measuring cups, and I'm sure a lot of people do this, but I do it because of the binge eating problem. I have measuring cups, and I actually measure out my food. Sometimes I weigh it. Like I weigh meat mostly to make sure that I'm not getting over the amount of meat that I'm supposed to have in a serving. That's how I deal with my binge eating, so I'm making sure that I don't get too much. The reason I pointed out about my therapist is that, I don't want to offend anybody. I care a lot about you guys. We're in this together to support each other and to be here for each other. And I want to see the best results for you in this journey. Because whether you have VSG or lap band or gastric bypass, this is your new chance on life to better your life and to be healthier and be just a better you. And so I want the best for you out of this, you know. And all I'm going to say is, if you're having trouble and you're falling off the wagon and you feel like that you can't stick with the programs and you're eating the wrong foods and you can't stop yourself, then I think it's time for you to go see a therapist. Because, you know, that's what they're there for, to help you through that. To work out some of the emotions that are causing you to eat. Because, I mean, some of us are emotional eaters. I'm a stress eater. If I'm under a whole ton of stress, I'll start putting everything on the earth, on the planet, in my mouth without thinking about it. So, you know, since I've had my surgery, I've really worked hard to try to keep myself from getting under too much stress. Because I know that I could buckle if I get under too much stress and just start eating anything. You gotta, it's okay to get help. It's okay to need help. Make sure that you're going to your support groups. Whatever support group it is that you go to for your bariatric surgeon support group, or your nutritionist might have a support group. There's Weight Watchers, you know, or anything like that that can help you. And you can talk through some of your problems and everything like that. Sorry, I had my tongue kind of on the corner of my mouth. My lip a little bit dry. But anyway, you know, there is help out there for you. And, you know, I just feel like some people might not be able to do it alone. And I understand how it is to not want to go ask for help from someone. I don't like asking for help from people either. I hate that. Like, I want to do things myself, and I don't want nobody telling me how it's got to be done, you know? And so I totally understand the not wanting to go out and get the help. But this is your life. This journey you will be on from now until the day that you die. So it's really important for you to seek that help if you need it. I can't stress that enough, because that's what it's there for. So that is all that I had in this preaching session. Or no, my pre-op to post-opers tag from VSG Brit Brat. I hope that you enjoy this, and I hope that you find it helpful. I hope that you're not going to take offense to anything that I said in here, because again, I'm just stating my opinion and things that I think might help somebody, you know. So, and I'm not perfect either. I'm not, and I don't know how I'll be in the next few months or years or whatever, you know, but I hope that you found some information in here maybe that you never knew before. Maybe no one told you. So I hope you guys have a good day and a good weekend, and stay tuned for my next week, week 8 post-op, and also my 2-month surgery video. And in that video, I'm going to have a lot of body shots and clothes that I am just now beginning to fit back into, clothes that have not fit me for probably 3 years, and everything like that. So I'm going to show a lot of that. And I'm going to do the body shots at my 2-month surgery, 4 months, and 6 months. And 8 months, you know, and keep going like that. So, I really love you guys, and I wanted to say also, thank you so much for all of the support from you, and for all of the new subscribers for subscribing to my channel. I really, really appreciate all the nice comments that you're leaving me, and I appreciate the support and the new subscribers. And you know, and I can't really say enough. It means a lot to me, a whole lot, because again, we're in this together. We're here to help each other. So I'm glad that you're here. And please let me know in the comments if you subscribe to me and I didn't subscribe back. I will subscribe back, because I believe that that's important for us to be here for each other. So we can't do that if, you know, the subscriptions come only one way. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that was all that I had, and I'm gonna go, and I will see you guys next week. And until later, have a good weekend. Peace.